Hello and welcome to the world of Craig. Yes, that's me, I'm Craig, and I'm sat in a slightly different place in my apartment, and that's because we're going to have something a little bit different this week, and that is a TK MAXX, TJ MAXX if you're over in the US, shop up. A little while ago, I went to Boots the chemist over here and I went through shampoos and conditioners, and you seem to really love it. I had really positive feedback. I will link that video down below. But the other day I was in TK MAXX and I thought, wow, they have some great products on offer. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go and have a look. Put your teeth in. It's very early in the morning here. I'm using natural light for a change. Hello. We're going to go and have a look at what's in store. So come on, come with me and let's get into TK MAXX. So, I'm going to let you into a secret before we get into the rest of the video. I'm here, dressed in the same outfit as I was, but a week later, with a microphone back in TK MAXX because the music, and there's a kind of strange buzzing in here and it gets very busy. So I have a microphone. Please bear with me. I apologise if the sound quality isn't great, but it's kind of the only way to film these videos. So right, look. I can see some new things since we were here last week, so let's get into it all. Woo! So many things to look at. Now let's start off with something I'm very familiar with, a bit of Philip Kingsley. Now interestingly, this is no scent, no colour. The packaging has seen better days. What's the price on this? $29.99. I don't know if you know, but in TK MAXX itself, the brands that they're selling, they have to contact the brand, they have to know what the RRP is before they can mark it down. So this is Philip Kingsley. It's a huge jumbo, 1,000 millilitres. Gentle shampoo. Now this has no scent, no colour. And a lot of people are allergic to scent, sensitive to scents and fragrances. We'll probably be talking about that a lot in here because a lot of these products will be heavily fragranced. I love the Philip Kingsley line. I have a video that's all about Philip Kingsley, like an overview of some products they sent me, which I will link down below in the description. But I already know without looking at this that this has a great ingredients list, and obviously it is fragrance free, but a very gentle formulation that does the job without all the bells and whistles. So if fragrance is a problem for you, or you just want something that's very gentle, maybe you shampoo your hair a lot, that's a great one to get into. And for $29.99, that's going to last you an awfully long time. They really do cleanse the hair very, very effectively, these shampoos. I use the flaky, itchy scalp, and I have done for a long time on the regular. Bit of Philip Kingsley. Now let's talk hair tools, and no beef for Babyliss, but metal brushes, they're not the vibe for me, I'm afraid. The metal conducts the heat, which heats the hair up, which can be very drying, and then these kind of nylon-y plastic polyester bristles are really bad. It's like another layer of damage to the hair. So if you've been following me here for a while, you'll know I've talked in videos before about how I'm really not a fan of metal brushes. But amongst the array of brushes, we have this Beau Paris brush, which is natural bristle, always going to be much more gentle to the hair. And in my opinion, you get much more tension with natural bristles. So that means that you can smooth the hair out more effectively. It smooths the cuticle more effectively, which means that your blow dry lasts. So, and what's the price on this? $4.99. I mean, that is a complete bargain. The brushes I use in the salon are sort of £20 each. So that is a real bargain, and it really is really great quality, and it feels quite nice in the hand as well. So $4.99, natural bristles, kind of fair. Hello, TK MAXX. Whilst we're here amongst the hair tools, scalp massages, please no, please don't buy these and use these. You have some amazing tools on your person for massaging your scalp. These can do an awful lot of damage to the scalp as well. You know, I mean, maybe if you were gentle with them, but some of them that have kind of sharper bristles, I mean, that one just looks like an instrument of torture. So I would stay well away from these. And I have seen in here before fragranced ones. Please don't rub your scalp with a fragranced scalp brush. No, use your mitts. Now I see lots of very familiar products here. There's a lot of Redken back bar. Now, some of the stuff that you get in TK MAXX comes from like a grey area, if you like, grey area of sales. These are great formulations, but I don't think that these are supposed to be sold in the UK. They're a steal at $29.99, and Extreme is one of my favourites. We used to be a Redken door, so we used to stock their products. The colour magnetics is also really, really good. But I think by the looks of these that they're actually for an American market. Frizz Dismiss as well, which is a relatively new product in the line. Oh, they've even got Colour Extend Blondage. That's not my favourite, if I'm honest. I think that's a bit too pigmented. Personally, I'm not a massive fan of purple shampoos. I would always recommend, if you're going to use like a violet purple shampoo, always mix it half with your ordinary shampoo the first time, a couple of times you use it, just to make sure it's not over pigmented. But there is a ton of, this has all been repackaged, I would suspect, which is why it's all here. I even have the All Soft, which I know is a huge favourite of a lot of people. Great line. Is it supposed to be here? I'm not sure. We love Redken. Now, let's talk a little bit about marketing. Growth Bomb, inspired by legend, proven by science. So this is basically an anti-dandruff shampoo, which is great, but Growth Bomb doesn't sit so comfortably with me because no shampoo is going to make your hair grow. It just isn't. It isn't. A great, balanced, healthy diet and looking after your hair, you know, and maybe using something like K18 that's going to make it strong and healthy so it will grow longer and it won't break. But a shampoo, a topical product like this is not going to make your hair grow. Having said that, this is a really lovely formulation because it has peroctane olamine in it, which is a really fantastic anti-dandruff ingredient. It's got some fruit extracts, like pineapple fruit extract. I'm not necessarily sure what she does. I would guess like exfoliating. There's also citric acid in here, which addresses the pH of the hair, which is really, really great. So I think, so it's an Australian line. So it's a good all-round anti-dandruff shampoo. It's got some other fruit oils in there as well. But just be aware that nothing's going to make your hair grow longer, but not a bad formula. And be very effective if you do have dandruff to calm an itchy, flaky scalp because of the peroctane olamine. Let's talk about sheer moisture. Now, if you're a curly human being, this, I've just had a look at the ingredients list, the Daily Hydration Conditioner is a really nourishing conditioning formula that's going to make the hair very slippy and is also probably going to be good to leave in very slightly. I wouldn't get it anything you're going to leave in on the scalp, but we have coconut oil in here, coconut milk, we've got Acacia Senegal, I'm not sure, I'm guessing that's where it would be from. So we've got argan kernel oil in here, coconut acid, that's really, really great for giving slip to the hair, coconut fruit extract, glycerin, which is really, really moisturizing as well. A lot of shampoos and conditioners have glycerin in them. There's shea butter. So it's a super nourishing formula. Now, Sheer Moisture was a black-owned brand. It's now been bought by one of the multinationals. I'm not sure who. I think it might be Unilever that own it now. I think it is Unilever. I'll pop it on the screen if it is. But, you know, a really lovely line. There's quite a lot of it in here, actually. There's quite a lot up there, and there's some other bits over there. But also really great, you know, price points. What's the price on this? $8.99. I have used, they do a few bits of body care, and I've used some of that before, but it always smells lovely, and the formulations are really good. They're really solid. So a bit of sheer moisture here at TK MAXX. Now, no tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. Olex number 4P. I used to have an affiliation with the brand. I don't anymore. I love K18. I wouldn't use anything else. And I'm not going to, you know, that's not going to be a video I'm ever going to make. But I talked briefly earlier on about violet shampoos. This one I'm really not a fan of. It has too much pigment in it. I had a lot of trouble with clients buying this when it first came out and then having to remove the excess tone from the hair. So it's, you know, it's not a bad formulation, but the pigment in it for me is just too strong. Interesting that it's here at TK MAXX, $34.99. Oh, that's more expensive than it would be generally, but yeah, not for me. Now here's a line that I really like, and we actually stock Nioxin in the salon. Scalp Therapy Revitalizing Conditioner. Now, this is a line that's best, you get the best results from if you use the entire line, so the shampoo and the conditioner, and then there's also treatments in the line. This is actually a brand that's owned by Wella. It's part of the Wella portfolio, but this is a very clever formulation, and I've used it on my own hair, and I'll tell you why it's clever. Shall I tell you? It uses sugarcane. So I've worked not particularly with Nioxin, but with another brand and in R&D, and the sugarcane actually sticks to the hair for one shampoo, if you like, so it's temporary and makes the hair feel denser and thicker. So that's what it uses to, to thicken up the hair. Now, The other thing about Nioxin is it's really good for scalp health. So it keeps the scalp really healthy so that the hair can, become healthier and grow longer and thicker. It doesn't make your hair grow thicker or longer like we already talked about, but it is a really good all-round formulation. They always have a little bit of menthol in there, and there we go, so up here. So if you're sensitive to things like that, this isn't for you because it will feel tingly on the scalp, if you like. It's actually got two different sorts of menthol, peppermint oil and then the leaf oil as well. So it is quite pepperminty, but Nioxin is a very good line. It's been around for a while. It gets really rave reviews, and there's different formulas for different kind of types of thinning and different types of fine hair, but really, really good. And that sugarcane, look out for that in products because it's really brilliant. It sticks to the hair, makes the hair feel thicker, and then the next time you shampoo your hair, it's all released and then you start over again, but really good. Oh, and what's the price? The price is $9.99. So here's something I haven't seen in a while, Altera. This is their caviar anti-aging line. 20 years ago when I first opened my salon, which I had for 10 years in the middle of the West End in Soho, we stocked their line. And who remembers the beautiful coloured bottles it used to come in? It was so nice. It was actually did very well for us. It was a big seller. But this is their replenishing moisture shampoo, nourishes dry hair. Now, I've had a look at the back here. And where are we? Up here somewhere. There's this caviar extract. Now, I can guarantee, and that's basically what this is all based on, I can guarantee you there's no scientific clinical data to suggest that caviar extract is going to make anti-age your hair, but there is glycerin, which is very moisturizing, ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C, which is an antioxidant. There's also some pretty snazzy ingredients for kind of hair strength as well. We've got some copolymer up here, which is good for manageability. What else have we got in here? We've got some shea butters and some seed oils, linseed oil, which is, again, makes the hair very smooth and silky. $19.99. So it's not cheap, but I know that a lot of people were big fans of this, and maybe it's been repackaged, which is why it's here in TK MAXX. But a bit of Altera. Now, if you want something that's going to make your hair feel very slippery, pardon the shadows, make your hair feel very slippery at $7.99 price point, this Miracle Repair hair mask with banana and biotin is going to do the job. Now, Miracle Repair? No, absolutely not. And organic, I'm not sure how much of this is organic. It's made in Australia. Big up to Australia, have Australian family. Incredibly hard to read the ingredients. It does contain perfume, which I'm sure it will smell of banana. It's got citric acid and it's got coconut oil. But what I will say is if you look, if I can get out of the shadows, can I? Yes, I can. There aren't many ingredients in this, so it really will be something that has a very heavy coconut oil base and will make the hair feel very slippery and very easy to comb through. So let's have a little look. Yeah, it has got banana fruit extract in it, but the perfume I'm sure will be banana scented. But for $7.99, if you have very textured hair, very thick hair, and you want something that's just going to make it feel slippery, not going to repair it, not going to give you miracle repair. Also, worth mentioning, biotin applied to the hair topically. No, there's no data to suggest that that's going to make the hair stronger or make it grow longer. There is very little data to suggest that biotin as a supplement is going to make your hair grow longer or stronger. It's one of those things. It's a kind of buzzword, especially at the moment in products. But yeah, a kind of solid formulation in a very cute yellow tub with banana. There's a bit of styling in here. Can we just R&Co in the house? Now this is one of my favourite thickening sprays ever. I might actually get this, $19.99. That's not much cheaper than it would be to buy. I think it's about $24.99. Thickening spray, fantastic heat protector for volume, for bouncy blow drying. Just a spritz in your hair if you're then going to rough dry and put a waving iron or a tong through your hair, or even the straighteners actually. It's so good. I love all of the line actually. High Dive, this is a moisture shine cream. I use this a lot if I'm doing grooming on guys. These price points aren't much cheaper, and there's only a tiny little bit of it here. But again, really great formulation. This is like a slick cream that never really dries, if you like, so like a grooming cream. But that is probably in my top 5 blow dry thickening products, styling products of all time. I've used this on a shoot where someone has been like in front of the camera for 8 hours and their hair didn't drop. You have to use quite a bit of it. You apply quite a lot of it to each section by section. So good. Love it. Here at TK Maxx. Wow. Oh, I spy something else. Now, let's talk about scalp scrubs. Hair burst exfoliating scalp scrub. Let's have a little look what we've got in the back here. It's insanely hard to read the ingredients. I hope that my camera is focusing. Now, this does have that pyoctane olamine, which is a scalp health ingredient, and it's in anti-dandruff shampoos. I'm a big fan. There's glycolic acid, which basically sloughs off the dead skin on the surface of the scalp, which is, can be a really good thing. But this does have some fruit extracts, and it also has peach seed powder, menthol, which people can be sensitive to. Peach seed powder and menthol. The peach seed powder is actually going to physically exfoliate. I don't know. I would generally tend to prefer to use something like the Keratin Detox shampoo that does it with salicylic acid and with active charcoal, which isn't gritty. It has no grit to it, the K18 Detox shampoo. But this is it's a chemical exfoliant and a physical one. Be careful with scrubbing your scalp too hard because, you could kind of do damage. It's the same as the skin on your face. It's just an extension, obviously, but just covered in hair. $14.99. But yeah, not a fan of physical exfoliators on the scalp that are going to be really gritty. So it's going to be inevitable, but I have just hooked up a TK MAXX shopper with something for her sensitive scalp, and there's somebody else with a heat protector. Such lovely shoppers here in TK MAXX, even though this lighting is nobody's friend. I can't find any good lighting, but really lovely people, and it's made doing this even so much more fun. I could just talk about products all day long, clearly. So a bit of SP, System Professional. I'm right in the shadows there. I'm standing in the same place because of the music, and there's buzzing and there's people in here now. So I apologise if you can hear lots of noise in the background. I'm really sorry, but this is really fun to film and I really want to make this a series here on my channel. So let's talk about the Smooth-In shampoo from System Professional. This is a line that's been around a long time. Obviously, it's part of the Wella portfolio. It has a lot of science and technology behind it, a lot of R&D. I have worked with Wella with R&D before. They're such a fantastic brand, a lot of history. I just want to mention very briefly, this will be controversial yet bold, this has dimethicone in it. Oh, focus, dimethicone in it, okay? Dimethicone is not the devil. This is a smoothing shampoo, okay? And the dimethicone is what will do the smoothing and add the slip to the hair. The formulations of these products is so good. It has hydrolyzed keratin in it as well. What else have we got in there? We've got salicylic acid, so that's great for scalp health. Glycerin, which is really, really conditioning as well, very moisturizing. But it has not a massive ingredient list, but this will make the hair slippery and smooth. So if you have chemically treated hair and you want to avoid breakage, this is a great product exactly for that. Dimethicone is not the devil. It will rinse from the hair. I don't know if you remember, I talked about it in my boots video, which I will link down before, but there used to be videos a while ago where people would scrape the hair with a pair of scissors and say that was silicone on the hair. No, it wasn't. It was the cuticle. So that was just scaremongering. It's just sensationalist for clicks. But, something like this that's made by a brand like Wella has so much research behind it and, formulated in a really top-notch lab. So this is professional smoothing, and don't be frightened of a bit of dimethicone. It's a good thing. Just a couple of words on premium beauty here in TK Maxx. Clearance, even better value. I don't come into TK Maxx very often, but when I do, and maybe I should more, I'm always kind of flabbergasted. £24 for an Ole Henriksen night cream, and that's a really nice formulation because I've used it before. They have the Bakuchiol sleeping cream. Bakuchiol is a retinol alternative. No clinical data to suggest that is going to do what retinol does, but the formulation's nice. There's the acid treatment that I've also used before, which is really lovely. And then just come with me up here, very near the speaker, slightly nervous. Let's walk back again. Find Your Glow. Now it says damaged but adorable, £32. I think that would have about a 70 quid retail. You've got serum, I love that serum, the eye bright cream, the Sea Rush brightening gel cream, and the daily juice cleanser. Do you know, I'm tempted to buy that because it is such a nice formula. It's sealed, so that means that the products inside are okay, but I'm not sure how it's damaged. Maybe they have been opened inside. You always have to be a bit careful of that in TK Maxx. But there's some great price points and some great beauty in here too. Now, I have seen this brand, Sukin, around for years now. I think it's like beauty and skincare and hair care. Another natural balanced scalp scrub. Now, again, like I was saying before, this, if we look in here, this has got pumice in it, and that's quite high up the ingredients list, so this will be quite gritty. There's also peppermint in here, which people could be sensitive to. It's got peppermint oil in it as well. Sesame seed oil, I'm not sure, that would be slippy, I'm guessing. Radish root ferment. It has some really lovely natural extracts, but I would just be very careful of the pumice. Now, the marketing of this is on the back, and there we go. And it's no synthetic fragrances, no harsh detergents, no petroleum, no mineral oils, no silicones. These things aren't necessarily bad. It's kind of marketing blurb of the whole clean beauty. But it's the pumice in here that I would think would perhaps be a little bit harsh. It does have lactic acid, which is a really great resurfacing ingredient. Let's take a moment for my winter hands that are so dry. That's the life of a hairdresser. I'm sure that a lot of you will relate. So it's not a bad formula. This is kind of marketing. It really is. But the pumice might be a little bit overly aggressive. Just be careful of scratchy scalp scrubs. Now, here's the example of something that, when I think that drugstore hair care is to kind of be kept away from, and when I think that you should have a higher price point. This Shine Plex, can we stop adding the name Plex first of all? Charles Worthington, iconic hairdresser from the UK. Vitamin C serum, boost radiance for instantly smoother, shinier hair. Now this is $3.99. This ingredients list, it's just a lot of plastic. It does have dimethicone in it, which will make the hair slippery and shiny. I'm not against dimethicone. And it has ascorbic acid in here as well, and glycerin. But there are a lot of kind of cheaper mass market ingredients up here. I would use something like the Keratin Repair Oil, which is going to make the hair super shiny and has a very small ingredient list. I'm not paid to say that. That would be my choice. It has a much more expensive price point. It's going to last you a long time. This also has like golden shiny particles in it from iron oxide. I wouldn't put iron oxide in your hair, not at that sort of a level, to be honest with you. It might, there could be something where it could conduct heat. I don't know. I don't have any data. But yeah, $3.99. I just think something like that you're going to use for a long time on your hair, you could get a better formulation. It would cost you more, but maybe that's the right thing to do with something that's going to be in your hair frequently. So something I haven't seen for a while, I think the name of this line has changed. Keratin Perfect, Keratin Color Smoothing Conditioner. Now, I tell you what's really interesting about this is that it is made without sodium chloride. So up here it says no added sodium chloride or sulfates. Sulfates are fine. They are not the devil. They're completely fine. They clean the hair very efficiently, very effectively, and our skin actually. But sodium chloride, salt, is often a thickener in shampoo and a preservative. But this is sodium chloride free. And the reason being is that it's a color product. And sodium chloride does remove colour and keratin treatments, by the way, from the hair much quicker. It means that, the colour will fade quicker because sodium chloride strips it out. So this has quite a minimal ingredients list, but it has the hydrolyzed keratin, soya protein, glycerin, panthenol. Panthenol's, again, makes the hair very slippy. Hydrolyzed wheat protein, just said that. Citric acid, which addresses the pH. So, and there's a bit of alcohol in there, but the alcohol in this will be to get the other products, the other ingredients into the hair. So it's a really, again, it's not, I'm not mad at it. It's a good formulation from, I think it used to be called Keratin Complex, did it? I don't know, let me know in the comments. But Keratin Perfect, Keratin Color, yeah. Uh-oh, repeat after me. Don't buy a candle, don't buy a candle, don't buy a candle. But can we take a moment for whoever has organised all of these, focus in colour like that, in the gradient. So amazing. I have had a quick sniff at a few, and there are some really fantastic ones in here, and some really great bargains as well, but I'm not buying any candles today. My candle cupboard of plenty is overflowing, but there's a brilliant selection in here. So that's it for our TK MAXX shop up. Oh, hello, how you doing over there? Well, it's nearly Christmas, isn't it?
Lots of great bargains to be had. Not as many hairstyling products as I thought, but lots of great shampoos, conditioners and treatments. Bargains galore. As always, if you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful, you know exactly what to do, yes. And if you'd like to see more in this series, please let me know in the comments down below. And remember, you leave me a comment and I will always get back to you. A huge thanks for watching this. You all take lots of care and I'll see you and you in the next one.